everyone, welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today we're talking about the top 10 animals that have been around for millions of years. Millions! Before we get deep into this video, I just want to ask you guys what your favorite animal is. I think if I had to answer that question myself, I would go with either owl or elephant. Two different animals, but I love them both. Also, while you're down there, why don't you hit on that thumbs up button and share this video with a friend? People need to know. Also, if you guys want to connect with me on Instagram, my link is in the description box. Okay, back to animals. So far as we know, the Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. There's been life on Earth for around 3.8 billion years. Species come and go, and they also evolve. So far as we know, there have been around 5 global mass extinctions on Earth, the last of which took place around 66 million years ago. Some species are hardy and have survived for millions of years. Find out the oldest right now. Coming in at number 10, we have the Shrew Opossum, which has been going strong for 20+ million years. Good on you, Shrew, you little survivor. Shrews spend a lot of their life in underground burrows and tend to live in grassy areas and forests. Shrews as we know them today have been around for 20 million years, although their ancestors, pygmy shrews, were discovered in England and date back 145 million years. The fossil of a giant shrew was found in Spain in 2009. Now that just dates back 1 million years, but still, giant shrew. Ugh. Shrews are rife in South America, but they only arrived there during the Great American Interchange 3 million years ago. You still can't find them on the most southerly tip, as they never made it there. Shrew, fun word. Fun to say, fun to talk about. Do you like shrews? Let me know. Coming in at number 9, we have pelicans, which have been going strong for 30+ million years. I am very pro pelican. Also, a great song by the Maccabees, but I do digress. Pelicans are beaky little beasts who live in pockets all over the world. Fossil evidence of pelicans dates back at least 30 million years and seem very similar to our modern day species. It is thought that they started out in Africa and in Europe and then spread over the west, starting a new lineage. The oldest fossil of a pelican was found in France. Some scientists think that the pelican is related to the Pelargonithid, a large prehistoric seabird that dates back nearly 60 million years. Coming in at number 8, we have Crocodilia, which have been going strong for 83.5 million years. Crocodilia have been around for a long time. Now, Crocodilia is the name given to a group that includes both alligators and crocodiles, which of course are slightly different but are related. Crocodilia ancestors date back 250 million years, but the crocs that we have today around 83.5 mil. To be totally fair, they look like dinosaurs to me. Crocodilians are usually found in the lowlands and tropics, but they do also live in rivers. The Nile crocodile is the most aggressive to humans. Weirdly, Crocodilia are the closest living relatives to birds. Just some fun facts for you there. Coming in at number 7, we have the Frilled Shark, which has been around for 150 million years. That's right, give a good old wave to the oldest living shark in the shark family. Sharks have been with us for a long time, although ocean pollution and global warming are threatening our current sharks. The frilled shark is a deep sea fish living around 200 meters down, although they have been noted as far down as 1,570 meters. Their deep sea antics may explain why this species of shark has survived so long. The deep ocean is less affected by climate change and human activity. Can we also, just for a second, discuss how terrifying they look? The frilled shark kinda looks like an eel-shark combo, and they have 300 teeth, which is too many. Looking at pictures of them makes me feel really glad that I wasn't in the ocean 150 million years ago if this was the standard of animal around. They freak me out. Side fact for you, individual Greenland sharks can live over 270 years. Blimey. In fact, a lot of the oldest surviving species out there are sharks. Many variants of the sea dweller have been living for over 100 million years. Good on you, sharks. Coming into number 6, we have the sturgeon, which has been around for 200 million years. Sturgeons are quite hardy and apparently quite playful. Individual sturgeons can live up to 150 years, but as a species, they're pretty prehistoric. Like their predecessors, they have a skeleton made of cartilage and an outer armor of bony plates. Sturgeons can be chunky too. They can reach up to 2.5 meters in length and weigh in at 140 kilos. silos. The sturgeon evolved 200 million years ago and mainly live in the Atlantic Ocean. Lake sturgeons are a little different, but also go way back over 100 million years and live in the Great Lakes of America. Fun fact, the Queen of England owns all of the sturgeons off the coast of the UK. They're considered to be part of the Fishes Royal. She also owns the whales and the dolphins. Now this statute goes back to 1324, which is a long time. If I was a sturgeon, I'd be like, Queenie baby, I've been around for a lot longer than you. Your laws, your country, all of your countries and all of your people are a lot younger than me, so you ain't the boss of me. That's if the sturgeons could talk. Good, Rebecca, let's move on. Coming into number 5, we have the Coelacanth, which has been on this earth for 360 million years. The Coelacanth is a very interesting species indeed. Scientists think that this species of fish was a key part in the evolution of fish into 4-legged land animals. They are the oldest known living relative of the lobe-finned fish, which means they are indeed very closely related to reptiles and mammals. The Coelacanth was thought to have gone extinct with the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, but they were rediscovered in 1938 off the coast of South Africa. We now know they also live around Colombo. It is thought that the fish had roughly the same form for over 360 million years, and it's often referred to as a living fossil. Wanna know the creepy thing about these fish? They can open their mouths really wide. They can fit in a whole lot of food, which I respect, but it's definitely creepy. Coming into number 4, we have the horseshoe crab, which has been around for 445 million years. I love me a good crab. I think they're fascinating animals. They've got their signature sideways walk and the ability to pincer the enemy. Maybe humans need pincers too, because like sod our opposable thumbs, pincering is fun. The pincer has been working for the crab like an absolute charm for hundreds of millions of years, so they have that on us. That being said, the horseshoe crab doesn't look like your average crab. They look more like something out of Wizard's chest to me, which makes them even cooler. Horseshoe crabs are survivors, and they're not gonna give up. They tend to live in shallow ocean waters in soft sand. The horseshoe crab of today are very similar to their ancestors. In recent years, the long-standing legacy of the horseshoe crab is under threat due to harvesting and human development along the coast of Japan and Thailand. Coming into number 3, we have the Nautilus, which has been around 500 million years. 500 million! Nautiluses, that's how we pronounce it, Nautilusi, they're mollusks like big sea snails. I mean, have a look at these chappies. There they are. While these are among the oldest living animals, the worrying news is that they're slowly dying out. Fossil records tell us that 2,500 species of this creature used to exist, but now we're left with just 6. They were kind of doing absolutely fine for 500 million years, but now humans are hunting them for their shells, which have mother of pearl in them. This hunting is very sadly contributing to their decline. Coming in at number 2, we have our old mates, the jellyfish. They're 550 million years old, or even older. Jellyfish. Stinging poor blighters for over 500 million years. I think jellyfish are beautiful and everything, but aren't they a pain in the butt, or whatever they wrap their tentacles around? Jellyfish are regularly dubbed as immortal, which is perhaps why they've managed to defy so many mass extinctions and global traumas. A few years ago, scientists discovered a jellyfish called the Shrew Opossum thornhill. I don't know if I said that right, but apparently they're seemingly immortal. The jellyfish eventually start to age backwards, which is absolutely insane. I'm kind of ready for that myself now. Fossil evidence has shown that the types of jellyfish we see today existed in Utah in the Cambrian period. Some say cone jellyfish are the first true animals. Finally, coming into number 1, we have blue-green algae, which is 2.8 billion years old. The official name for blue-green algae is a bit of a mouthful. It's called the cyanobacteria, and this bacteria has made it work. They are the oldest known life forms on Earth, and they date back nearing to the dawn of all life. The cyanobacteria are a phylum of bacteria that get energy through photosynthesis, and they produce oxygen. The algae is produced in areas of high nutrients, especially phosphorus and nitrogen. The fact that it has existed for so long, over billions of years, tells us a lot about our Earth's chemical makeup and the way our atmosphere has operated. Age-wise, this organism tops the list, although beware, blue algae can be very harmful to humans and has been linked to motor neuron disease. So guys, that was the top 10 animals that have lived for millions of years. Did you notice something interesting about this list? If you guys work backwards from youngest to oldest, there is a reasonably clear trajectory. The oldest life can be found in the ocean. Now to me this demonstrates what we already know about evolution. Life started in water and then moved on to land. This is pretty interesting and something important to remember as we look for life on other planets. We may have evolved, but in other habitable places, life may still be swimming at the bottom of the ocean. Might just be cooking there and waiting to crawl on out to land. Space aliens. I don't know, who knows what is lurking in the water of Saturn or Jupiter's moon, or what's going to be going on in planets in nearby solar systems. Okay, before we get to reading some comments, I want to remind you guys to leave me a comment about your favourite animals and also whether or not you think we're going to find life out there on other planets. I'm going to read some comments from a recent video I did called the Top 10 Scary London Urban Legends. Now I loved researching and making this video because I lived in London for a really long time. This is what you guys had to say. Now SwiftyRunner89 said, there are so many killers that are named Jack. Eyeless Jack, Jack the Ripper, Spring-Heeled Jack. She goes on to say that Jacks are very dangerous. Now I'm thinking, sure, I get what you're saying, I would maybe stay away from a Jack, but then I'm also thinking, Jack is a very popular name and has been for hundreds of years, so I guess statistically speaking, there are a few bad apples or bad Jacks out there. Baiho wrote, I wish they would just do one about Finland, just because I'm never scared out here, but oh well. So you want to be scared, you aren't scared in Finland. Doesn't it get very cold and dark in the winter? That would scare me. Jessica W said, scary urban Yorkshire legends. It's the biggest county, there are loads. I would absolutely love to do this. Yorkshire is one of my favourite places on earth, so I would love to do some more research on that area. It's also a really old area of the UK, so I bet there are loads of creepy urban legends just waiting to be unearthed. Squid Kid said, the night bus to Hogwarts, everyone. Amazing. Also, you look like a fellow Slytherin, so good on you. I'm the Slytherin queen if you didn't know. A lot of you guys left a comment complimenting me on my black dress. Thank you guys so much. It was actually a jumpsuit, but I appreciate the positive feedback. Now I love me a jumpsuit because I feel like if the zombie apocalypse ever came, I'd look nice, but I could also kick some butt, and clearly that would be the #1 priority in any apocalyptic situation. Good! So guys, if you like this video, do make sure you leave me a comment. I might read it out in the next video. Also, don't forget to let me know your favourite animals. I'm your host, Rebecca Felgate. Once again, if you want to connect with me on social media, my link is in the description box down below. Why don't you give this video a thumbs up, share with a friend, and stay subscribed for more most amazing lists. Bye!